Merry Mini Mondays, Chunkies. This is Carter, and I have with me
Doge
and Jordan.
These are going to be a little quicker, but welcome to the new year. We
and
now have mini-sodes, hence the Mini Mondays. We're not giving you more Mondays as much as you don't like them. Not many Mondays.
Mini.
It's a Merry Mini
Not
Monday.
manic Mondays.
Let me give you an idea of what we want these days to look like for you.
Small.
Outside of small.
Miniature.
There's some things that we want to do. We're going to tell you about some stuff outside of our normal reviews. Don't worry, we're still doing that. Tune in for the beginning of All That Sparkles tomorrow.
No.
All That Twinkles.
All that glitters.
All that
that's the one.
glitters. We'll talk about that tomorrow, about how I really thought it was more of a sparkle. But we got to go with the title of the series. We'll talk about our reviews tomorrow, but what we want for you to have once a week in a mini-sode is just some updates about what are we interested in right now? What are we looking forward to? What should you look forward to this weekend for movies? There's different bits that we're going to do. I want to go find all the cranky critics that give rotten reviews to movies that are almost perfect on Rotten Tomatoes, and then critique them, because I think we should critique them as people. Some deep research, catfish type stuff.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I'm really into that.
But it'll only be like a
Neve,
minute
if
long.
you want to talk to us about that, jump at us. Neve,
That's what this podcast is all
Neve
about.
is the
I just
host of
want to hang
MTV's
out with
Catfish.
Neve Schulman.
just in case you were wondering.
We'll also talk celebrity birthdays, so you guys can celebrate those with your favorite celebs. And we're also going to do just several things of kind of asking, what are you guys interested in right now? What are you streaming?
Yeah.
What are you looking up? And we want you to just have some more kind of current to date stuff to kind of keep up with and give you guys advice on if you want it, because we feel like we're smart about movies and we want you to be smart too.
Exactly.
And we're always down to learn. We're not going to do hardly any of that today, though, because we have something very special.
What is that? What's
I'm
happening
gonna
today?
Honestly, to me, it was birthed from not trying to make y'all sports guys. If y'all don't know, Carter on this podcast is the only more sports type watcher,
Sports type of
follower.
fella.
I won $70 in Las Vegas betting on college football games last weekend.
So that's usually the kind of person that wins, someone who doesn't know anything.
Yep.
Thank you for backing that up.
Yep.
But I'm trying to get these guys into it. I also play fantasy football. Shout out to those of you that do the same. My season
Is that
ended.
like Madden?
Is that like football, but you have like magic and swords?
You won't even have to
spells?
worry about
I
it.
would love to play that.
Because what I've done,
Honestly, if that's a real thing, I would love to play.
that would be
That would
actually
be
really
so
great.
fun.
What I have done is created something for all three of us. Maybe not
Okay.
as a gateway for y'all to eventually like sports, but we're going to call it Box Office Ball.
Yes.
Box office ball. I like it.
It's Box Office Ball!
The reason we're going to go ahead and do Box Office Ball today on our very first Merry Mini Monday is
It's a full year, baby.
it's a full year. We're going to
Yeah.
follow it like how a season might be often. And so I got the idea for this based off of actual fantasy football, some games that we have played together before where you have to like find actors in certain movies. So I'll lay down the ground rules.
Okay.
So starting today, which today is January what, guys?
Fourth.
No. Today is Monday.
You're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Starting
It's
today.
not January 4th today. It's the 7th.
It's January
January
7th
7th.
now.
Starting today, little look behind the curtain. Starting on January 7th. So any movie that comes out after today is up for grabs. But the basic rules are we're each going to have teams of 4 actors. Okay. And so these actors are going to get our team points instead of like fantasy points to where touchdowns, yardage, things like that. We're going to get points from them cash monies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the movies that they are in start going into our bank. So if you've got someone in a big movie that makes a ton of money, well, there's Jordan's racking up the dollars, right? So here's the thing. We get to pick these 4 teams. We've got a random selection. We'll name that order in just a little bit. Some of the ground rules are we can't pick the same person. So Jordan's about to have the first pick. If he
That's
picks
true.
this person, Doge nor I cannot have
Off
them.
the table.
Yeah.
It's time to. It's
Hope
time
you
to,
guys don't want Nick Cage.
Oh well,
Man,
too late. There's nothing we can do
That
about
counts.
it. Nothing we can do about it.
as long as you don't take Nick Cannon, I'm good.
Roll bounce. It's coming back.
Oh my god.
Drumline 2.
Drumline.
Can we though? Can we find somebody to do that?
Let's see what happens.
They've done worse. People have done worse. Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's Ben Schwartz though.
Yeah, it is. And then we're gonna have. You also can't have you can have people from the same movie, but we can't stack their amounts.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not a secret here. Like one of the bigger movies is going to be Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
We're probably trying to get somebody in that movie.
We are. That
Maybe-
makes
I mean, I'm not
sense.
trying to
I
give
didn't
anything
even
away,
think about that.
But you can't stack it. It can't be like, okay, I have Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth. I'm going to triple my Chris money.
Sure.
and I get- Endgame box office money times 3.
Nope.
Not happening. If you guys want to follow along, it's going to be the money we get from Box Office Mojo. Box Office Mojo does a great job of keeping up with, and it's not domestic, right? We're going to do worldwide gross.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm making sure that's not news to anybody here. It's worldwide gross. And so we can get it started. If some certain things come up, we can start explaining the rules even more on some of that. But we'd love for you guys to follow along. Maybe pick a team that you'd like. Let's see what it becomes.
Yeah.
A fun thing about starting it at the beginning of the year is there's a chance we might review a movie that this person's in. And we might need to come up with team names too. That could be fun.
Yeah. We'll reveal
But-
those next Merry Mini Monday.
Next Merry Mini Monday. But it's going to be a fun thing to follow. But I think it's time to get started.
All right.
And Jordan, you're going to have the first pick. You'll have the opportunity to explain a little bit why, how you think this is going to be that money grab. But let's build the team wonders right now.
How do sports guys do it when they
Who's-
start a draft?
who's
Is
your
it like
first of 4?
Is it
Let the draft begin.
Yeah.
I'm panicking here.
Usually lots of fanfare. Do you feel
Yeah.
that pressure of the
I
first
am.
pick right now?
I really am. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm feeling a lot of pressure here, and this is tough. This is a tough one, but I'm feeling it right now,
Tell me.
and I'm sticking with my gut,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go with Chris Pratt.
Okay.
okay?
So he's going to have Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that Lego movie.
He's got the Lego movie.
which is going
Yeah.
to make them money.
Yep. Yeah,
Voice acting credits do count.
Yes,
Yes.
they do.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so
All
nervous.
right. Man, this is like
Chris Pratt, team one. Chris Pratt, the very first pick. He's going to love to know this. I bet he'll
And
be a fan.
I'm
now.
gonna reveal here. He was actually my number 2 pick, but I second guessed myself.
Oh,
right now,
no.
right here.
Oh no!
Which-
but maybe when he gets back to you,
I've got a
number two
rhyme or
still-
reason for it.
Okay.
I've got 4 choices and
Yeah.
then alternates for each choice that give me similar choices.
Okay,
So,
wow, that's smart.
That's sort of how
Okay.
I play.
You're probably gonna win. Box office ball. Our very first pick was Chris Pratt. Who
That's
you got,
true.
Dosh?
second pick for Box Office Ball 2019 season is Mr. Tom Holland.
Okay.
Tom
interesting.
Holland's
This
got
is good.
He's got Endgame. He's got Spider-Man Far From Home. He's voicing a character in the animated movie Spies in Disguise, and he's also doing a project called Chaos Walking
Yep.
this year. So
I
he's
kicked
got-
around Tom Holland big
got
time.
That's going to
4
be a
movies
lot,
coming out this
and that's
year.
such an interesting thing too. I realized through researching some of these, it's like, are you going to go with the person that's in the big money maker, and then a lot of other little things, or a bunch of like second and third place box
Yeah.
office things
Yeah,
throughout the year?
It's tough.
Thank you, voice acting. I'm going to take Lupita Nyong'o.
I thought about her too. Yeah.
Dang.
Lupita is it Katana? Matt, what's her character's name in Star Wars?
Maz Kanata.
Yeah,
Maz
Kanata.
Kanata. Okay, she's in Jordan Peele's new movie Us,
Yep.
which I think with the momentum of Get Out is going to
gonna
have
crush.
gonna
It's gonna
crush.
crush.
Yeah.
lots of monies. Lupita is not currently credited in it, but she is an in-game cast member, possibly.
She wasn't in the first one.
she's-
I'll say that. She
right.
was not in the
So
first Avengers.
I'm hoping she's not there on IMDb right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But I felt like Star Wars and Us was strong enough. She's also going to be in a movie called Little Monsters.
Oh, believe me, I know
Um,
all of this.
Yeah.
Which is
She was one of my picks.
Now, there you go. So I've got Lupita here. And so we've got our fingers crossed. That's a fun thing about the beginning of the year, too, is maybe you're deciding on a first pick, you're taking a risk.
Yep.
Because Chris Pratt is also not credited currently in Endgame.
That's correct.
And it could be because Marvel's just making some very interesting moves to not give too much away. We'll see what
Are they doing
Spider-Man's
that? Are
trailer
they,
does for
are
that.
they like not crediting?
He's
people
not.
in
He's
Endgame?
currently not credited in Endgame.
If they were dusted, they're not credited.
Correct.
right.
That's really interesting.
So that's what's interesting. So we're kind of counting on they
Yeah.
will be in the credits eventually before the end of 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I now have another pick.
You
because
do.
we're back to back.
Yes.
I have 2 in a
We're going
row
snake.
because I am in the last pick place. Let me find this to pronounce her name,
I'm
so you can
so
tell
nervous.
already it's going to be a deep cut.
John Travolta. Is that what you said?
No, I mouthed Saoirse Ronan to you, but I
it's
understand
not
why you
Saoirse.
thought that was John Travolta.
I don't know how to play this. Why am I so? It's good that we're competitive right
I
now.
know,
I'm really
it's
nervous.
making me nervous.
Okay, I'm gonna pick, and this is gonna be this man seems to be making a lot of money these days, and I love him standing right next to Lupita Nyong'o when I'm imagining them in the locker room preparing for their box office ball for the year. I'm gonna pick Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keanu's in some things, and I'm gonna bring up he's gonna be in a movie actually this weekend called Replicas. That is completely random, but somehow he has some worldwide appeal.
He's got some
And-
Jordan appeal.
Yeah, for real.
He's got some Jordan appeal. But Keanu is a voice also in Toy Story 4.
He is.
And so I want that money.
Yes.
I was thinking of going another way, but I've kind of got one of the movies I wanted already covered. And so that's how we're gonna go. So I'm currently have Lupita and Keanu Reeves.
Okay. Fair enough.
Isn't John Wick 3 this year also?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna make
And
about
that's gonna
just
make
about every dollar.
Many months.
Interesting that you mentioned Toy Story 4 because my next pick is Tom Hanks.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Tom Hanks is in Toy Story 4 and he's in the Mr. Rogers movie called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
I think it's gonna
Yes,
be
he
good.
and I
is.
think both
He's playing
of those-
Mr. Rogers.
He is playing Mr. Rogers.
There's a lot of Mr. Rogers momentum right now.
There
They had a
is.
really good documentary that came
My
out.
third pick is Fred Rogers.
No, you can't
it's
pick
not.
right now. It's Jordan's pick.
And Fred Rogers, Anyway, my second pick will be Mr. Michael Keaton.
Mm.
Both
In case they make another one of those Batmans.
both in the new Spider-Man movie.
I'd honestly be
Is he
down
in
for
Far
that.
From Home?
He is confirmed in Far From Home.
Okay.
And a voice in Toy Story 4.
Yeah, we're getting it. We're covering those.
I
What-
also get the next pick.
You get the next
Mhm.
pick.
And my next pick will be Mr. Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, You got that Star
Ooh.
Wars money.
And he's one of those that I'm tossing in there because I love him and I hope he does well this year.
Love you.
All right. My third pick is a big time gamble. I'm risking it all on one particular movie. I'm picking Ryan Reynolds because of
for Detective
Detective
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
It's gonna make all the money. Wait, are we
Pikachu.
doing global box office?
Yeah.
Okay,
Dang
it's
it,
gonna
dude.
Smash.
Oh, the pull for a Pokemon movie.
It's gonna smash.
worldwide.
Ryan Reynolds for Detective Pikachu. He's also got a movie coming out this year called Six Underground. It's some sort of generic thriller. It's like a Tom Clancy novel became a movie. So
Right, sure.
we'll see.
Surprised Wahlberg didn't jump on that.
That's good. With my third pick, I would like to have the highest grossing actor of all time, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep.
Because I don't want to take the risk on Endgame. He's also not credited either, which is
That's correct.
kind of
Yeah.
tough. But I've got to get Spider-Man and I've got to get Captain Marvel.
Yep.
And I think
Yep.
I know he'll be in Captain Marvel. He might very well be in Spider-Man. How exciting that we're going to have 3 big Marvel movies
For real.
next year. That's one of the better lineups I think we've seen in a year for Marvel. And then my last pick is a deep cut, and I found it, and I hope I pronounce her name right. It's Eiza. Eiza Gonzalez.
Okay.
From
This-
Baby Driver.
Yes, she's
Oh,
from
yeah.
Baby Driver.
Okay.
She was in Marwen that recently
Yeah,
with
the
Steve
Steve
Carell.
G.I. Joe
So
movie.
she plays a character in Hobbs and Shaw,
Mhm.
the next
Okay.
Fast and
Yep.
Furious movie,
Mhm.
which we know will at least make $5 billion overseas.
Yep.
She's also a voice actor in the movie that y'all had brought up with Tom Holland,
What's it called?
The spy one.
the spy
Spies
one.
in Disguise.
So she's a voice actor in that and has another couple of credits to her name I'm not too familiar with.
Yeah.
But there tends to be actresses like that or actors that just kind of tag along. Like
She's
maybe
like in a
this
little
is,
bit of everything.
this is the
Yeah.
beginning. Maybe like early Margot Robbie that just happened to kind of be in massive money-making things before they went and did more lead roles.
Right.
But that's my team. So in review, my team: Lupita Nyong'o, Keanu Reeves, Samuel L. Jackson, and Eiza Gonzalez. That is the Willis 4.
The Willis 4.
I don't know what to call them.
My final pick is going to go to a man with 4 franchise movies coming out this year, 4 different franchises. And his name is James McAvoy. James McAvoy is in X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Nice.
He's in Glass.
I got that with Samuel L. too. So
he's
that's good.
in His Dark Materials. And he's in It Chapter 2.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
he is.
Which talk about like if we're talking momentum,
Yeah.
the first It did
There's
so
some-
well.
there's some
It did.
Even with all the
It's a
hype.
good
behind
movie
it,
too.
There's a lot of good cast in that.
So to
Bill Hader's
recap,
in this next
to
one.
recap, my team
Jessica
is
Chastain.
Tom Holland, Tom Hanks, Ryan Reynolds, and James McAvoy.
It's a good
Wow.
team.
He feels good about it. He had a nice good smile after that.
I'm stoked about it. I think I made good choices.
I think you really did.
To round out my pick with my final choice, I cannot believe I'm getting my first pick of all 4 people that I had.
He's just trying to make us feel bad.
My final pick is a man so powerful, so magnificent. He has to have 4 words in his name.
I know exactly who it is.
Dwayne
The Rock.
The Rock
Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah.
He has Hobbs and Shaw. He also has the sequel to Jumanji
Jumanji 3.
coming
Yeah.
out. And he's Dwayne The Rock Johnson, so he's,
He's
going to
also
pop
in
up
a
in something
film.
else.
He's in a film called Fighting with My Family. Did you see that on
Yeah,
IMDb?
I'm sure it's something-
about an actual WWE.
Yeah, he plays himself.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I have seen that about the British kids that come and I
Yeah.
saw the trailer for that. It actually looks
He's-
pretty funny.
It makes me so sad that he
intense.
didn't end up on my team, but I had to
He-
try and make some other moves.
he
but,
was my
he's one of
top
my
pick.
favorite people of all time.
Yeah,
Was he really?
He was like top of my list, but he has 2 big movies, and the people that I picked have like more big movies than that. So
Yeah.
Right.
So
I
that'd be
think you
fun to
made a-
follow. Maybe we'll have something to where you guys can keep up along with us. We'll definitely be bringing that up and updating every now and then on how we're doing on Box Office Ball.
we'll see if we can add like a score counter to the website.
Yeah.
Squarespace.
If anything, we'll have our teams there.
Squarespace. I don't know if you're listening, but make us have a score counter,
You got a
please.
score counter out there? That's one of the last things we want to talk about today. One of the things that I want to continue to do every week is I think a lot of the times separately between the 3 of us, just because we're kind of movie dudes. That's why we're doing a movie podcast.
That's true.
We often
Yeah.
have people text us, DM us, like, what should I see this weekend? Have you seen anything good? And so I'd love to give a look ahead to the weekend of January 11th and just give you guys a look at some things that are interesting to me. I'll do hardly any more than 3 because I don't want to just say every movie coming out. We do realize that during the summer, those are probably some of the bigger weeks that we'll be like, go see everything.
Yeah, it's going to
because
get wild.
it's lots of money stuff. The first one I want to mention is actually really interesting to me, and it's called They Shall Not Grow Old. Have y'all heard of this?
Yes.
It is. It looks like one of the most thoughtful documentaries that we will see about World War I. There's a lot of cool stuff that they're doing. Peter Jackson
Peter Jackson.
at the helm here for this documentary. And it's got 97% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. And about only critics have seen it. There is some stuff that it's come out around the world. It technically had a release of December 27th, but everywhere it'll be released this weekend. I bet you can catch it at maybe the Angelica in Dallas. Some of the places that are going to have
The kind of more independent stuff.
yeah, more the independent stuff, but it looks like it's going to be really into it, or really into, it can be really into it. It looks like it's going to be really interesting. It also has an audience review of 93%. And so to have a documentary on World War I, which it feels like there are so many of them, to have one like that do so well right now. One of the big things that they're doing is they have audio from vets that they'll be playing along stuff. And they've gone in and done some really meticulous transferring of like black and white images to color to kind of give that old footage a lot of life. And so I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
This is going to be awesome for Peter Jackson too, because I think he needs this big win
He
after The
does.
Hobbit.
Yeah,
debacle.
and he needed a win that was kind of a more. I'm glad it's through this medium.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how hot Mortal Engines doesn't seem to be doing very good either. And
No.
he's got his name attached to that too.
He does.
So I'm happy for him in that. Another movie that's coming out on the basis of sex. And so that is a movie about Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that
we're
movie
going to
looks
have
awesome.
one of my favorite young actresses right now. Felicity Jones is playing Ruth Ginsburg, and it's got some good buzz right now. Armie Hammer is her husband. Justin Theroux is also in it, and it looks like it would be something worth seeing, and it might even be something that I go check out in theaters. The last one I want to give to you is this Replicas movie. that
Keanu.
if you want to just have a blast, there's no review out for this yet. I can't imagine it not being fun to some extent. I saw Aquaman to some small extent. That was fun.
You did see Aquaman?
I did
see it?
see Aquaman.
I'm a conscientious objector.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you that the movie poster, it's got a picture of like a really cheap looking Keanu robot face
Show
and
me.
a picture of a Keanu face.
Whoa, I need to see it.
And
Show
it
me.
says, some humans are unstoppable. I can only get the small version of it right now, but that's it. Replicas is coming out. If you want to just have a good time and
Whoa.
enjoy the food, go somewhere where there's food.
If
So
you
you
want to
can't be
pay money to
completely let
eat dinner
down?
somewhere,
But
do it while Keanu's being a robot.
it's pretty simple. It's about a brilliant neuroscientist. He's working on recreating the human brain for the sake of Alzheimer's research. and he uses his work to replicate his family members after they're killed in a car accident. So Keanu continues to lose things very valuable to him.
Yeah,
Have you noticed
and I
that?
want to be clear that Jordan is not signing his name to the recommendation of the movie Replicas starring
No.
Keanu Reeves.
I'm just saying this is interesting. It's coming out this
I'm
weekend.
probably going to end up seeing it.
I'm not.
This might be some of the most shout out it gets on any podcast. We're just trying to separate ourselves from the rest of the pod world. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for the first episode.
We did it.
I think to close out,
I feel really sports right now.
I do.
Just to be candid with everybody. I feel.
do you
I
feel so
like,
sports?
I feel like I need to go buy a jersey
I love it.
and just
Mhm,
put
mhm.
another name on my back.
Just Hanks.
Yeah.
Just find one of the just most.
Thanks.
It could be an actual athlete. Who knows? Too bad you didn't have like a Williams because there's plenty of those. But I think to sign out, let's just talk about the last movie that we saw.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and then let's kind of out of a 1 out of 5
Yeah.
quick review on it.
Okay.
I'm Carter. Aquaman 1.
Okay.
I had a little too much guitar riffs and deep cuts of Momoa's eyes.
Sure.
Excellent.
There's a lot about that to unpack, but yeah, it's a 1.
I'm Doge. Bird Box gets a 3 from me.
Okay.
Bird Box thinks that it is a 5, and in actuality, it's closer to a 2. But I gave it a 3 because it was entertaining.
Fair enough. Jordan, and I watched Bad Times at the El Royale for the first time last night.
I still need to see that.
It's a 4. It's a 4 out of 5.
I
It was a
love it.
blast.
Anytime I can get some good Goldblum,
He's not in it, but
I'm in.
he's not in the movie. But yeah, no, I agree. I love him. He's great.
Sorry, guys, I got a Pokemon egg hatching right now.
But completely subverts expectations in every way. So
Awesome.
Well, that sounds great. Good job. Wonderful.
Is that a Jeff?
That was a Jeff.
I love
That was
it.
good.